Hey everyone, and welcome to the Real Estate Process MBA 852. This is a gateway class to the MBA real estate concentration. Although anyone can take this class, it's really designed to provide students with the basics needed to succeed in our real estate concentration sequence of classes. If all you want is an intro class to real estate investment, I highly recommend taking MBA 853F in Mod 4 instead. If, however, you want a bit of a deeper dive into graduate level real estate studies and you want the option to take concentration classes later down the road, this MBA 852 is the class for you. However, to get on that real estate concentration train, you're going to have to contemporaneously be enrolled in the real estate modeling class MBA 851. Just to repeat, if you'd like to complete the KFBS real estate concentration, then along with this class, you have to be enrolled this mod in MBA 851. The goal of this course is to introduce students to the real estate investment process. Our focus is primarily on commercial real estate, and that's because that's the focus of most professional investors. After a brief introduction to real property and to real property markets, we're going to devote time to the main drivers of property value. This is going to take us to the valuation of property using pro forma analysis of discounted anticipated cash flow. And after that, we're going to discuss how real estate investment is financed. The latter means a deep dive into debt or mortgage markets and also equity financing, primarily through equity partnerships. There's a separate class offered next mod, and it will explore the financing of real estate investments through public markets. We're going to wrap up this course, with a quick survey of the real estate development process and how taxes figure into investment returns in the real estate context. But let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a financial economist by training, and I'm currently in my third decade of teaching. My doctoral work was done at the University of British Columbia. That's in Vancouver, Canada. After that, I took up my first faculty position at Berkeley's Haas School of Business. Spent 7 years there. Then I moved to take a faculty position at Vanderbilt's Owen Graduate School of Management, and I spent 5 years there. About 11 years ago, I joined Keenan Flagler's faculty, and very happy to be here. The first half of my career focused on microeconomic theory and financial markets. Since about 2007, I started to shift more and more of my teaching and then research to real estate. My teaching and service to the school is currently almost exclusively focused on our real estate programs, and much of my research is as well. I'm particularly interested in how we can better understand real estate investments through fundamental value drivers in market structure. As we progress through the course, I will tell you more about some of the cutting-edge questions that scholars and practitioners are trying to address through research. Finally, I'll add that since 2021, I've been the faculty director of our real estate academic programs here at Keenan Flagler. Let's also take an opportunity to talk a bit about our real estate program in general. So we place about 50 to 100 MBA and undergraduate students from our various programs in real estate into real estate careers every year. Our Wood Center for Real Estate Studies is an amazing resource and one that you should definitely explore. The center advises students on networking and career building. It and the Real Estate Club should be your first stop to becoming familiar with recruiters, looking for internship opportunities, or looking for permanent jobs. We have one of the most dedicated base of alums on campus, and this is best exemplified by our annual UNC Real Estate Conference that attracts hundreds of real estate professionals, most of whom are alums. Don't forget to put this event on your calendar. You would do extremely well to join this family. Let's now discuss some administrative aspects of the course, and in particular, where to find course resources and materials. The two most important course pages on Canvas are the home page and the files page. On the home page, you'll find information about how to reach me and the TA. Hours during which I'll be in my office and expressly available to see students in person are posted here. If you can't drop by during these posted times, then please reach out. Emailing me directly is best, and I will do what I can to schedule an appointment with you outside of office hours, either via Zoom or in person. The only required book for the course is the A-FIRE Guide to U.S. Real Estate Investing. It is a collection of essays meant to introduce professional investors, foreign investors that is, to institutional features of investing in U.S. real estate markets. Many of you are career switchers hoping to shift into real estate, and this book contains a lot of valuable institutional details about real estate investment that is not readily available in other classic textbooks. It also has the tremendous advantage of being cheap. There is a link in the syllabus to the A-FIRE site where you can purchase this book. If you'd like to own a more standard reference, there are a number of textbooks that you might consider buying, including one by our very own Dave Hartzell. These books are listed in the syllabus, and I'm happy to advise you if you'd like some direction in this regard. Accepting the A-FIRE Guide, I will provide you with all course material. Slides and other handouts can be accessed on the Files Course Canvas page. There is a file folder for slides. There's also a class sessions folder where I'll post material useful to class discussions and spreadsheets that we work through during class. Finally, under assignments, or I should say in the assignments folder, you'll find material needed for the various graded deliverables. Grade evaluation is based on quizzes, tests, and class engagement. Quizzes are online and made available on Canvas. They will be usually released about a week before they are due. Quizzes consist of multiple choice and multiple answer questions. Whereas multiple choice questions have only one correct answer, multiple answer questions typically have more than one correct response. Let's take a look at how to approach a multiple answer question on a Canvas quiz. We'll use this as an example. In this specific question, we're asked to select all of the correct statements among the 4 statements that are listed. There are 12 points allocated to this question in total. Each correct response will receive an equal number of points. So for instance, if there were only one correct response, it alone would receive the 12 full points. If there were 2 correct responses, each response would earn 6 points. 3 correct responses, each would earn 4 points, and 4 correct responses, in other words, if there were 4 correct responses, each would earn 3 points. Now, it's important to understand that every incorrect response will count against the number of correct responses that you submit. In this example, there happen to be 2 correct responses. These are property hazard insurance is required by most mortgage lenders, and mortgage payments are typically required to be made monthly. So if we selected these 2 responses and submitted that answer, then we would earn the full 12 points. If, on the other hand, we provided these 2 answers and say 1 incorrect answer, then we would earn a total of 6 points. 2 correct answers minus 1 incorrect answer for a total of net 1 correct answer, or 6 points. If you selected all of the responses, then essentially this is a wash. The 2 incorrect answers would count against the 2 correct answers. You can never get less than 0. And as a final example, if you selected 1 correct response and 1 incorrect response, then again, this would be a wash. If you selected only 1 correct response and no incorrect responses, you would earn 6 points for this question. Hopefully this illustrates the idea, and you can use it to your advantage in terms of strategizing on how to do these kinds of questions on Canvas quizzes. The quizzes can be tricky, and you should take your time doing them. There is no time pressure to complete a quiz attempt other than when the quiz is due. So you may start an attempt and then leave its completion for later. Please use this fact to your advantage. You get 2 attempts at each quiz, and Canvas will let you know which questions you answered correctly or incorrectly after each attempt. Use this feedback as an opportunity to learn from any mistakes. Your grade for the quiz will correspond to your last attempt, not the best of the 2 or the average of your attempts, the last attempt. Please be aware that if you start an attempt of a quiz on Canvas but you do not submit it before the quiz is due, Canvas will automatically submit the attempt you started even if you didn't answer any questions. If you run into problems like that or other issues, please do reach out. You should also reach out if, say on your first attempt, you answered a question correctly, but somehow checked the wrong answer for the same question the second time around. I have no intention to penalize anyone for very minor slip-ups, and I will adjust your grade accordingly. Quizzes, tests, and/or assignments are individual work. You must complete those by yourselves and submit the results of your own efforts. It is okay, however, for you to get help from your peers about general aspects of individual work. For instance, in the earlier quiz example, it's not okay to ask a peer whether mortgage rates vary across states, but it is okay to ask, hey, what's a reliable source I can consult about variation of mortgage rates across states? I acknowledge that there can be a gray area here. If you're unsure about using a resource, just ask me or a TA. While we're on the subject of gray areas, I'd like to mention that I'm okay with the use of generative AI in the preparation of deliverables so long as the guidelines specified in the syllabus are followed. As part of your class preparation and participation, I will occasionally ask you to watch a video, do some readings, or otherwise prepare for a class discussion. You may be asked to complete associated comprehension assessments before class or during class. These are intended to help me with measuring attendance and performance. Speaking of attendance, the program office encourages us, the faculty, to provide tangible attendance incentives. In my opinion, there's also another reason to keep up with your attendance. Class discussion is often an integral aspect of learning the material. Showing up and contributing to what we do in class helps everyone and is the professional thing to do. Life, of course, can get in the way, and there is built-in flexibility to accommodate your needs. You may miss as many as 2 classes with no adverse impact on your grade. Missing any more than that will, unfortunately, affect your grade. Please consult the syllabus for the details. Classes are recorded on Panopto, so if you do miss a class, you can and you should catch up. The recordings can also be helpful with the quizzes because every now and then I will ask a quiz question that pertains to a class discussion. Well, that just about wraps it up for our course overview. We're going to learn a ton and there are a lot of deliverables, so if you tend to leave things to the last minute, you might find the class a bit frustrating. Experience shows, however, that you'll do just fine and you'll enjoy the class if you manage your time well. The idea here is to make the effort to attend classes, participate in discussions, and avoid cramming. That kind of approach would serve you well, more generally, in a professional setting. I look forward to seeing you in class.